Welcome students. In last period we have started operator overloading and we have seen operators of the C++ works over the variables of only basic data type. They can't work over the variables of user defined data type like object because objects are variables but its data type is class and hence no doubt objects are variable but its data type is class and class is the user defined data type. That's why a C++ operator say plus can work over the variables of integer, float, but it can't work over the variables of class type variable or objects. And whenever expression involves mixed variables, in such situation we have to overload the operator. It means that in short operators of the C++ works over the variables of only basic data type. They can't work over the variables of user defined data type. And when expression involves user defined variables as an operand, we have to overload it. Question arises how to overload the operators. So operators are overloaded by defining operator function. So it means that to overload the operator, we have to define the operator function. And once the operator function is defined, the operator will get new meaning. The operator will get new meaning, new form. Same operator will be there, but it will get new form, and hence operator overloading is also known as operator polymorphism. One name and multiple forms. Okay. So first we are going to define the operator function. How to define the operator function? Question in the examination: what is operator overloading? What is operator overloading? How to define, how to overload the operator? And when it is essential. What is operator overloading? Operator overloading stands for assigning additional task. Assigning additional task. You can say giving special meaning. Giving a special meaning or new form. Giving new form to operator. So assigning the additional task, giving a new form. But question arises how? By defining operator function. By defining operator function. And when it is essential, when expression involves mixed variables like object. So what is operator overloading? Assigning additional task, giving a new meaning, that is operator overloading. How to overload the operator? By defining operator function. And when it is essential, when expression involves mixed data type or user defined data type. Class is user defined variable. Let us take the example. The question arises how to overload the operator? By defining operator function. But how to define the operator function? 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 Defining the operator function, that is assigning additional tasks. Very easy. Keyword operator. Instead of function name, there is a symbol. And here is argument list. Argument stand for parameter. Argument list. Argument stand for parameter. And return type. This is function module. So this is the general form of defining the operator flow statement. Now, unless until the problem is occurred, we are not going to define the operator, because we have seen when it is essential. When it is essential. It is essential when expression involves mixed variables, especially user-defined variable. At that time, we have to override the operator. Otherwise, if expression is making the addition of two integers, then both the integers operator operands, it will both are the basic. That's why operator overloading is not essential. When operator overloading is essential, operator overloading is essential when expression involves mixed data type variable, that is user defined. Let us see. Let the problem come first, then we can define the operator. Okay. So first, main program we have to write. By the main. Okay, we will define a class. Class, simple. Integer x comma y. Two data members are there. Inside the public section, we will have one default constructor. Why default constructor? Because it may possible that we want to keep the object uninitialized. If your class is having constructor, it is going to execute as soon as object is created. And if your class is having parameterized constructor, passing the parameter is essential. And you don't want to pass the parameter. That's why we must have one default constructor. Constructor never returns that we have seen in character. Simple. Integer a comma integer b. This is parameterized constructor to initialize the x and y. Now, come to the main program. Simple a 2 comma 2. So not only object is created, but parameters are all passed. So actual parameter 2 and 2 formally become a and b. They are given to x and y. It means object a whose x and y are initialized to 2 and 2. B 3 comma 3. Again object is created. Again constructor will get executed. Actual parameter 3 and 3 formally become a and b. They are given to x and y. So object b whose x and y are initialized to 3 and 3. One more object I have created, C. But you see, C to whom we are not passing the parameters. That's why parameters constructor will not execute. Rather, default constructor will get executed. And object C, data members x and y, or x and y data members of object C will be uninitialized. Now, let us. C is equal to A plus B. Now look at the expression. Look at the expression. When expression C is equal to A plus B, C is equal to A plus B is encountered. Look at this. C is object belongs to class simple. A is object belongs to class simple. B is object belongs to class simple. And here expression involves user-defined variables as an operand. This expression C is equal to A plus B. Here A and B are the operands and they belongs to class simple. That's why user-defined variable as an operand. Operand involves, expression involves user-defined variables as an operand. In such situation, operator is necessary to overload. Why? Because the plus operator cannot make the addition of A and B who belongs to user defined data type class simple. That's why here operator overloading is essential. So which operator? Plus operator. So operator plus and here what happened when C is equal to A plus B here? C is equal to A membership plus B is passed as parameter. This is simplification. It means C is return object, A is object, dot membership, calling the plus function. So here A is called as implicit operand, B is called as explicit operand. Why? You can say A and B both are the operands. Yes, obviously A and B, object A and B both are the operand. But here object A is not only one of the operand but also having the responsibility to call the operator function plus, and B becomes parameter. Thus B is the parameter. That's why formally you can say simple T. And A is implicit, who is not only one of the operands. Among two operands, A is one of the operand. Apart from one of the operand, it has one extra duty to call the plus operator function, and B will become parameter, simply parameter. It will return the C. That's why here simple is also written. Now here as it is returning the object C, it has to create the object of class simple. Simple T1. Now you can see T1 dot x is equal to x plus T dot x. Now what exactly by T1 dot x? T1 is creating now x. Who is calling operator function? A is responsible for calling operator function. So this is A dot x. And plus T dot x is formal. Actually is B. So looking toward this you can say T1 dot x is equal to A dot x plus B dot x. Where the A is, needless to say where the A is, because you know that operator function is being called by object A. That's why A dot x plus B dot x. Where the B dot x is, T is there, T is formal, actually is B. A dot x plus B dot x is equal to T1 dot x. T1 dot y is equal to y plus T dot y. And here you can say return T1. So return the T1 it will be available in C. Now we will have one print function to display. Let the class finish terminating by semicolon. While show T. Which T? Simple T. See out T dot x, T dot y slash n. Finish. Look, class finished. Show function is outside the class. It is not a member. Still accessing x and y of this class simple. It means a non-member function trying to access the private members of class simple. So either it must be the member or it must be the friend. Let us make the friend. How? Friend, return type void, name of the friend is show, friend is accepting one object of class simple. Now, A dot, show of A, actual parameter A, formally become T dot x, T dot y is A dot x, A dot y, that is 2. Show of B, actual parameter B, formally become T dot x, T dot y is B dot x, B dot y, that is 3. And here, show of C, actually its data members was not initialized by constructor. Rather, we have made the summation by using operator. So here phi and phi is here. Here hash include is essential. Hash include I was to dot h. I was to dot h. So this is the operator overloading and its function program. Look, this This is the operator function. This is the operator function. Operator function. Also we have seen trend function also. So this one is only one operator we have overloaded. So there are some rules that we can overload the operators, but only those are existing, because after all we are defining the function and overloading the operator. So you may think that we may define one new operator also, because after all by defining the operator function a new operator can be created, but it is not possible. A new operator cannot be defined, only existing operator can be overloaded. So there are some rules that we are going to see. Also we are going to overload different operators also. Thank you.